Communication has changed. We've moved beyond communicating with just text or speech. We live in an interactive visual world and have become prosumers, simultaneous producers as well as consumers of content. Media fluency has two corresponding components, the two L's, one for media consumption, the other for media production. The first is to listen. But this isn't about passive listening. It's about critically listening to any media input, from text or speech to multisensory communications. We need to separate the message from the medium. When all the distractions are taken away, what is really being said? Verbalizing the true message and then verifying if this message is fact or opinion. The medium is the wrapper in which the message is delivered. And there are three elements to consider. The first is form, which is about the principles of design, such as the use of color, unity, negative space, and so on. Secondly is the flow. A story has a flow, a climax and a denouement. Movies have a flow, but so do static images, great paintings, advertising, and even packaging. And if the flow is good, the message is dramatically enhanced. The last aspect is alignment. There must always be alignment between the medium, the message, and the intended audience. The production component of media fluency is leverage. To be effective communicators, we must be able to identify and leverage the most appropriate media. Again, we start with the message and consider the content of the message and the desired outcome. It's essential to know both because the same message can be communicated in very different ways and result in very different outcomes. Choosing the right medium for your message involves an understanding of who your audience is, because the medium must be aligned with the audience. But you also need to consider your abilities. What is it that you are capable of doing, or of learning, or of obtaining through a third party? And lastly, there are always conditional criteria, such as deadlines or budgets that will need to be identified. And with these elements in place, we can then choose which medium or media to leverage. Effective communication in the digital age requires more than just being able to produce traditional products. Today, we need to be able to communicate as effectively with graphical and multimedia formats as we do with words and text. Media fluency helps us to develop these abilities.